Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
What? I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And what? We have Tory Lanez attorney team in front of us right now. And while this is a pretty long clip, I don't know how much of it I'm going to play, because then his dad gets up there, he starts preaching for 20 minutes. Well, I'm not mad at it. He said a lot of poignant things. But, you know, I think what matters is this beginning part, the new evidence that's being presented in this Tory Lanez case. Now, if you don't know, apparently somebody lied. Somebody lied. Somebody been lying this whole time. Is that Megan Thee Stallion? Is that her best friend, Kelsey Harris? Or is that Tory Lanez? Well, Tory Lanez attorneys will have you believe that it's Kelsey, the one that's lying, because she is indeed the one that shot at Megan Thee Stallion. And they have some new evidence to corroborate that claim. Let's listen.
Good morning. We are here today to bring to your attention some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory in Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times.
What? So, if I heard this correctly, apparently KELSEY was having a conversation with her husband. I'm sure this was a private conversation, and I guess this security guard was just on detail and eavesdropping. But apparently he heard her say out of her own mouth that she had shot at Meg. Tory tried to take the gun away from her, and in doing that, the gun, I guess, fell out the car and let off 2 more times. Now, what do I take from this? I take a lot of grains of salt. A lot of grains of fucking salt. It's a lot of salt of grains that we need to take with this. Why? Number one, I can understand, I guess, okay, this is during the whole trial period. Tory's on trial for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I guess this isn't the right time to just come forward and be like, hey, while they were talking in the back, she said that she had the gun and blah, you know. So, honestly, I can understand withholding this and going, you know, at the end of the day, that's not right. And I want to help free a black man, because especially after what we heard he's going through in there, we need to do everything we can to get him out of there. But that is why I will also land on the other side of this and go, well, this could be Tory's team of attorneys just doing whatever, trying their hard, pulling it out of their ass, trying their best to get him out of jail. Which is, you know, that's what you hire the best attorneys for. And if you do have a group of people out there that are willing to do this work for free because they feel like you're wrongly convicted, then hell, let them do their work. Let them keep doing their due diligence. But at the same time, I can see this being a play, especially after the whole stabbing situation happened. Now, the lawyer did just say, and I found this kind of poignant and very interesting as well, that when they got this evidence, they went to the district attorney, went to the appellate court, you know, filed, did the court paperwork stuff. And in doing that, they reached out to Meg's team. They gave them that. And they said they did hear back from them, I guess. So I guess they're looking in it, and they're looking into it and what's going on with it. So apparently this process to appeal and get Tory Lanez out of jail has already started. I have a lot of thoughts. I do. Because then, I guess after they've let everybody know that this is the new evidence we're presenting to get him out of jail, he gets stabbed up. So now people go, did Meg hire a hitman? Did Meg send somebody after Tory Lanez? It's a good question to ask. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a good question to ask. Is it the right question to ask, though? No. The right question to ask is why? Why are we still doing this? Why are we still going through this? Why won't somebody tell the fucking truth? I don't care who it is at this point. I don't even believe Megan. If she decides to tell the truth, I'll know it's the truth. I'm sorry, Megan Thee Stallion fans. She is what she is, and that's a liar. Talented artist, beautiful woman, but she just comes off as a liar. And I feel like she lied here. But not even that she lied here. I can understand I didn't see who shot me, so I'm going to assume it was him. But why even just throw him under the bus like that, especially knowing you just got done fighting your best friend? When you think your best friend is the one doing that to you, not the guy you're fucking. You know, it's just common sense has to kick in at some point, y'all. I'm talking to Megan Thee Stallion fans here. Like, common sense just has to kick in. You can love her, but common sense has to tell you that she's lying about something.
In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw two women fighting, two men break up the fight, one man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. It is Unite the People's understanding, regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that, anybody who's there, the DNA is taken. Another irregularity. Why, at Miss Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member record company executive allowed to participate? A highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Gianno Caldwell, the media member who was working on that op-ed for the New York Post. Thank you.
That's the big bombshell. I remember a clip coming out a few days ago of one of these lawyers on this team saying that they got some new evidence to present and it could get Tory free. And to be honest, here's my true and honest opinion and thought on it, right? Say this is true. Say this is true. Buddy did work for KELSEY's security detail and did overhear her saying that she was the one that to initially shoot at Megan Thee Stallion. Say all that is true, right? So now what needs to happen is, I guess during the appeal, this man will be called up to the stand so it could be put on oath that that's what happened. And what's going to end up happening now is they're going to have to call KELSEY back and actually get some truth out of her. But see, my thing is too, why didn't they take DNA of everybody? Like, why did they only take Tory's DNA that night? Why didn't they take even Megan's DNA? Like, just take everybody's DNA. It's a gun in the car. It's been let off, and somebody's saying they've been shot. So we need to fuck her just telling us that he did it. Let's do our due diligence and actually see let's match fingerprints. Okay, we can match Tory's on there. Can we match anybody else's? No. So I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe that's just Tory Lanez's team saying they didn't. I don't know. But regardless of it, I'm tired of this shit, bro. We got one man who is under the jail right now getting stabbed up by Mexicans. And we got a chick out here that is living her best life. All for a messy-ass, shitty-ass situation. A petty-ass situation. This had nothing to do with anything major. This had nothing to do with Tory Lanez, like, being abusive to KELSEY or being abusive to Megan Thee Stallion and being this monster. They were just all fucking each other. And you mean to tell me y'all just fucking? Everybody just having sex. Nobody's truly together. Nobody's in a relationship. Y'all just fuck. And that turns into sending a man to jail for 10 years and shots getting let off and fights getting scraps happening. What the? At this point, being drunk don't matter. I don't care how drunk I am. I am not shooting a gun at a woman. Like, that would sober me up. Like, Mike, what the fuck are you doing? Put this down. Like, that would sober me up real fast. Like, come on. So, you know, fuck this shit, man. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this is gonna be enough to get Tory Lanez out of jail? Do y'all think Megan Thee Stallion lied? Do y'all think KELSEY lied? What do y'all think is happening here? I'm just a vessel. I'm just here bringing you the clips that you probably already seen. Hi, I'm Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.